My name is Roberton. I'm the Managing Director of MPC Film. Although I'm based in London, I oversee our operations in Vancouver and in Bangalore as well. I focus mainly on the film side, but MPC also has an advertising commercials business as well. And we have facilities in Los Angeles and New York, as well as doing advertising work in London as well. Absolutely. And just 3 years ago, we were solely based in London, and then for the film side, we branched out to Vancouver on the back of the project Watchmen. And since then, we've added in our Bangalore facility, and we've been growing ever since. By the end of 2011, we will be nearly 1,000 employees for MPC Film. So we certainly have grown tremendously in the last 3 years. I consider ourselves as sort of one of the new emerging bigger facilities. For someone who started off in this business looking towards the California facilities such as ImageWorks and ILM and Digital Domain, we could never really see ourselves competing on the same level. The projects that those companies were involved with were sort of aspirational projects, and suddenly we find ourselves working alongside those companies. And there's a definite feeling of surprise that we're still we're operating on those projects and working alongside those companies. I think because of that too, there's a culture where we feel that we're constantly having to work that little bit harder. We question ourselves a lot culturally as well. We're constantly pushing ourselves, and it's just an amazing thing to suddenly think that we're part of it, and we're working alongside those companies. And I think that's a feeling for a lot of the biggest facilities coming out of the UK as well. Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of approaches to this, because obviously we're not the only company in the world that's doing this. I think we're a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of the spans that we've taken. We're pretty broad in terms of having these different locations around the world, and we approached it with the mindset of everyone's an equal partner. There isn't, a different level of facility. If you go to MPC, whether you're an artist or you're one of our clients at the studios, you're going to get exactly the same experience. And that was extremely important to us, that we want everyone to share in that experience. So that meant that culturally we had to make the facilities look and feel the same, operate the same. And then the other tack that we took was to ensure that we weren't building individual silos. Like the way that we wanted to do our work was that we could not just approach it in sequences or shots. We wanted to be able to just do individual components at different locations and then combine that all into one. So for us, going back to the last Narnia, Voyager of the Dawn Treader, we were doing match moves and roto at our facility in Bangalore. That was getting animated in the UK, and then it was going to Vancouver to be rendered and composited, and then that work was going back to the filmmakers in London to be presented. And they were, they didn't have to acknowledge where those components were being made. It was just seamless, that whole process. And what we want to be able to do is build a network where you can just look at the talent that you have, the availability you have, and then just plot that out and construct your shots that way. And obviously, the other big benefit is that you've got the different tax incentives in London and Vancouver, and then a cost base in Bangalore that you can just bring together and actually come up with an extremely competitive package to the studios to make it all work. Yeah, we take it that there will be a lead facility within our network, and that would be the front house where the filmmakers are based, where that work is being presented, where the overall visual effects supervisor is based. So that's where that work is presented, and that creative sort of feedback is being given, and then that's distributed to all of our different locations. There's a future where we see, maybe that we have a review suite that's based in Los Angeles, and then all the work can just be channeled through there. So whether if the filmmakers are posting in LA, they can just view the work there. And then around the back, everything's being constructed in all these different locations.